Hey YouTubers, it's me, Zach Harper, just checking in with you again today. Here to talk to you about Star Wars Rogue One. This was by far, hands down, my favorite Star Wars movie that I have ever seen, which is really cool to say because there's a lot of Star Wars films out there right now, but this one was the best. It's darker and grittier than I expected to compared to the other ones. I am surprised because Disney made this movie, and so I really was a little skeptical on all that too. I didn't really expect Disney to go where they went with it, but they did a really, really excellent job. In the beginning, I'll admit it was a little slow. The first 20 to 30 minutes, they introduced a lot of characters at once. It's a little slow going. There's not really a whole lot of action, so I was losing a little bit of faith in the first 20 to 30 minutes of this film. But once they got the ball rolling, it really all made sense. It all tied in beautifully too. One cool thing about this film that I like a lot is that if you haven't seen Star Wars before, like any Star Wars, I feel like you could watch this film and you'll generally know what's going on. So to me, that was pretty cool. I just thought that they did an excellent job with that as well. The cast was great. Everyone fit and filled their roles beautifully too. And also, Star Wars Rogue One takes place, right before the original Star Wars. I'm talking about like New Hope. I think New Hope was made in like '77 or something like that too. I could be wrong, but Rogue One starts right before the original New Hope. So right at the end too. I don't want to make any. I'm sorry, I shouldn't always say any of that. Let me just say that they make it all. It all makes sense in the end too, and it all ties in beautifully with that next original movie that they made way back in '77. My favorite character and actor in the entire film was played by Alan Tudyk, and it was the android K2SO, I think was his name or something like that too, some weird name. He was just flat out funny to me. I mean, he had witty jokes the entire time too. He kept the comedy going for me, and I just thought he was my favorite person, and he kind of stole the show for me personally for a little bit. When you look at the original androids, it was like C3PO and R2D2. They're funny and they have their witty moments too, but he was a little more adult fun for me too, a little more adult humor. I'm talking about Alan Tudyk in the new Rogue One. I just liked him. I thought he was flat out my favorite actor in there too. Ben Mendelsohn plays director also. He's just a good villain in general. He's kind of a scary dude. He plays some other villains in other roles in other movies too. He did a really excellent job as the main villain in Rogue One too. And then my unexpected, honestly, actor that I was not ready for his character, it was Forrest Whitaker's character, Saul Guerrero. Forrest Whitaker for me is kind of a hit or miss as far as am I going to like what he's doing or his role, but I thought he was pretty much a badass the entire movie too. He's just kind of like this weirdo that's living out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to make any spoilers. Let me just say, Forrest Whitaker's character, he's a badass. He's doing pretty good. You should definitely go check him out too. Another thing too about this film, like I said in the beginning, it's a darker, grittier film than I ever expected. For me and my friends, I know we were all really stoked about that, all really happy about that too. I don't know what they went in with their mindset, but I definitely had my doubts, honestly. Completely surprised by this entire film too. So if I were to give it a rating, I would definitely give it a 10-star rating, 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest, because this thing was off the charts awesome too. Some of the special effects in there, amazing. With that being said, I want to keep my reviews always under 5 minutes too, because I know that we all have attention spans. Well, me, maybe not you guys, but I have an attention span that's like awful. I'm like a goldfish. So I promise to always keep my reviews under 5 minutes. My rating for this movie, like I said, is 10 out of 10. Definitely go check this film out. It's in theaters right now too. Thanks so much for listening, YouTubers. Hope you have a good day. Peace.